Hi guys. If you're new here, welcome. My name is Melanie, and um, also update. Your girl changed her name. It's no longer underscore Malomi underscore. It's now lethal underscore elegance. I stole that from my friend slash nail tech. Girl, she not only did she nail it, but I've been in the market for a new line because I was like, I want to have like a better name because like no one gets Malomi. I get it because like someone misspelled my name so incorrectly. My name is Melanie and they put Malone me. So I was like, yeah, but lethal elegance. Love that. So I told her that I'm taking that. So I'll give all the credit to her. This is her Instagram, by the way. She is such a talented nail tech. So if you want some inspo, or if you're in the South Lake, Texas area, definitely like go visit. Like her and some other staff are also great, but that's my girl. Trang is my girl. So yeah. Anyways, yeah. So new name. Lethal Elegance here. And also my Instagram is the same thing if you want to see more like up to date and recent stuff. So there's this yarn company called Hobie. And pretty much they're getting a lot of heat from the fiber community because they are using AI. And the reason why people are upset is because they're implementing AI and it's already difficult to capture the color and the texture of yarn, at least in my opinion, via online than in person. It is very different. Even like seeing it on YouTube and then having the yarn, it's just like, yeah, this is not what I expected. Or it's like, wow, this is really vibrant, this is like really great. And it's really hard to capture that. So if a yarn company is using AI, it can be, you know, a little concerning to say the least. So I've said this before, but I work in IT. I'm an IT professional. I work with automations and I work with AI. I also, have gone to college for a very long time. I would say it's been like 12 years, give or take a year or two. So I've seen it evolve from you writing papers and you doing all this stuff to now, at least in my field, they're saying, they're so strict on citations or like verifying your sources, verifying where you're getting the information that you're writing about. And then also putting statements that you're not using AI to generate your response or generate your document. That what you're producing is 100% you and the research that you've done. And because I've been in college for so long, like I know this. It's just like, a very familiar process that I have. I don't use AI in my personal life really, outside of like the occasional like Google, looking up things on Google, and then that AI response. I tried to use AI in Canva. I'm not a fan of AI, if I'm being honest. I use it because I do see the efficiencies that could be applied in business. but I don't necessarily see how it can benefit me in my personal time and my artistic abilities. Like, sure, editing photos is one thing if all I'm doing is just like editing a photo of myself. But again, I don't even want to do that. I'm pretty, this is me. I know the camera already has filters, and trust me, that's for your benefit, okay? You don't want to see all this in IRL. Anyways, so yeah, I think when it comes to AI, there are many benefits, but I also know that in like business as a whole, that in order for you to be competitive in the market, regardless of industry, you need to implement AI. Now, would I say implement it in a way that it's taking away from artistic contributions? I would say no. I don't think there's a reason to take away from like photographers taking pictures, like that the AI is being trained off of the images that were taken by people, like by photographers. So personally, I think that like I really think it's important to keep the authenticity of people in art specifically. And fiber art is a real thing. I love that I always was drawn to it, but I never picked it up. I was always timid to pick it up. And finally I picked it up and I'm just like, oh my god, I'm like, this is my art. This is my medium. Like, I love it. And to see that, like, that art kind of be manipulated, like I was looking on Etsy and there are people literally using AI images of children with crochet, and everything is AI. The crochet items are AI, the child is AI, and that is creepy as hell. I'm not about it. I'm not about it. I don't support it at all. So no, I don't think AI should be used in that way, but I think AI is very beneficial for creating efficiencies in business processes. Okay? I'm not a consultant, I'm not a PhD. I don't have a PhD in information technology or computer science or whatever. I don't have those credentials, but I do have my master's in information technology, and I am getting my Juris Masters, which is a law degree with a focus of cybersecurity and privacy and technology risk management. So with that being said, mouthful. With that being said, and it's gonna be 5 years of experience working in tech, and again, there's people who have worked like 20-30 years in tech and have seen it evolve so much. So I know that I'm still like an infant when it comes to tech, but I think that AI has its place. I really do. And I also, personally, I don't think it's in art. I don't think it's in music. I don't think it's in fiber arts, in photography, in painting. I just don't think AI is in any of those things, because from what I've learned about AI is that in order for the technology to work, you need to feed it information. Information can be a document or images or anything. Anything can be considered information. So with that being said, like, the AI that is being used, how much of that information was theirs? Are you taking it from someone else? What if someone posted something on Pinterest 10, 12 years ago of their art, and then somebody takes that image from Pinterest and they feed it into AI? I'm not even going to say any labels, just they feed it into an AI model, and that AI model reproduces like a million different versions of that art. Is it really the person who fed it? Like, is it really theirs? I don't think so. So I just feel like I would have to see proof of value when it comes to having AI in art specifically. I think it's great for business processes. I think that there is a need for it in businesses in order to stay relevant in the market. I understand that completely. But I don't think that companies promoting it without fully understanding how they're implementing it is a smart move. And I feel like when it came to Hobie talking about what they put on LinkedIn, and obviously the criticism that they're receiving, and the negative feedback from everyone, it's like, and even their responses, like, in their stories showing photographers taking pictures, and it's just like you're missing the point. Like, people are upset and not even talking on what Hobie has done in the past to creators. The tea is steaming, okay? Like, there's a lot going on with that company, and there's a lot of improvement that can be made that they really need to look into. But you know, do you? You're gonna find your audience. But your audience, the ones that are speaking and telling you like, hey, we don't want this from you, and they're the ones paying you money, I don't know. I would really listen. That's just my opinion. But yeah. So, final statements here. I think AI has its benefits in certain things, but I don't really see the benefit in art. Whether it's even in books, like, I don't want to read a book that AI wrote. I want to read a book that a human being wrote and discusses their experiences, or their understanding of emotions and environment and experiences. That's what I want to read. I don't want to read a book that a computer wrote based off of information in books that other people wrote. Oh god. So yeah. And like, before I even post this, I'm gonna like triple check everything, because I don't want to like send any miscommunication, or I'm not trying to badmouth AI even. I think again, I really feel like there's such benefit for it. But with anything, you should understand the return on investment, and you should understand your target audience. And I feel like that mark was missed here. So yeah, those are my thoughts and feelings on that. If you don't know the full story that's happening with Hobie, I'll attach like the LinkedIn if you really want to get into it. But from what I've read and what I understand is that they just want to implement AI to avoid awkward photo shoots. But I think it's more like, you don't want to pay for photographers, and you're saying it without saying it. And again, I get it. The cost of technology and the cost of implementing AI is pretty high. Like, you have to have people that are trained in in understanding the technology, knowing how to apply it, and following the governance. And sorry, I'm going in, but following the governance, following the regulations, and having an understanding like, okay, this is not just, we're selling globally. We have to stay in compliance for multiple countries, multiple regions. So I just think like, I understand the costs, but if it costs so much to implement AI, maybe you need to review the different AI technology that's available and look at your budget. I don't know. I'm not a business owner. I don't know the cost of implementing AI, like numbers and numbers. I'm just telling you what I've read and what I've learned in school. It can be costly. It really can, especially if applied incorrectly. Especially if applied incorrectly. So it's very important that when companies are applying AI to their businesses, that they know the risks along with the reward. It's not just the reward, it's not just the savings, it's also the risk of losing credibility from your target audience. It's losing or like not maintaining compliance. That's what I have to say about that. Sorry for the very long-winded, talk, but I really wanted to dive into it. And like, please, if you made it this far, oh my god, thank you. Thank you for watching. But also, like, leave a comment in the description of, like, maybe some things that I may have missed, or some things that I may have misinterpreted. Like please, I'm down for feedback, but no mansplaining, please. No mansplaining. That's all I ask. But yeah, so thank you again. I look forward to reviewing any or no comments. Either way, I look forward to reading whatever is there. But I hope you guys are creating something. I hope you guys are doing well and that your family is doing well. And we're gonna get through this together. We're gonna get through it. We just have to keep creating. We have to keep creating. So yeah, love you guys. I know this is such a millennial thing, but I'm doing it anyways. Love you guys. Bye.